Hello, hello, hello everyone. Please let me know in the chat my voice is clear and my video is visible to you. Hello everyone. Yes. Just wait for 1 minute for so that more people can join. Okay. Till then, you guys can tell me in the chat where are you from. And one more thing that you guys ever solved any problem over various platforms like Geeks for Geeks and LeetCode? Please let me know in the chat. From India, yes. Okay, read code. From Ahmedabad, Karthik is from Ahmedabad. Hello, Karthik. I'm from Bihar, Deepnath Roy. Okay, okay. Okay, I can see more than 60 people have joined. So let's start. I'm start sharing my screen. Okay. Someone is saying that he started solving lead code but doesn't understanding how to build logic. Okay, we'll see in the session. Today we'll see in the session how to approach and problem over problems like on lead code and geeks for geeks. Okay, so please just let me know my screen is visible to you guys. My screen is visible. Okay, someone is asking about attendance. Attendance, you can find a link in the description of this video, and you can mark the attendance by using that link. Okay, you can find link in the description. You can find the link that is all in one documentation. Inside that, you can find the link for attendance. Okay. Okay. Yes, screen is visible. So, okay. So we are going to start with our day two of this workshop. So, what is the agenda for day two? We will first start how to approach a problem a DSA problem. Then we will see and then we will see function what a function, and then we will solve some problem around string manipulation like reversing a string or counting vowels in a string. Okay, then we will see what is a vector. Like yesterday we had studied about arrays. Now today we will see what are vectors and how vectors are useful more than arrays. And we will see uh, linear searching. Okay, so we will study linear search algorithms, and in the last of the session we will see bubble sort. And along with I have taken some problem to discuss. Let me show you. We have also taken some problem. We will try to solve all these problem. Okay, in the session we will try to solve these problem. So first of all, we will start with solving a problem, a lead code problem. Okay, we'll start with solving a lead code problem and we'll understand how to approach a problem and build logic. Okay, we'll see how to build logic for any problem. Let's see. So let me clear this. Okay, this is the problem, and this is 263 lead code ugly number. Okay, so first of all, just give 10 to 15 seconds to read the problem. This is very easy problem. In this, an ugly number is a positive integer which does not have a prime factor other than 2, 3, and 5. Okay, so basically what we need to do, we have given an integer number. Let's suppose we have given number as 14. We have to find the factor of 14, and if any of the factor of 14 is out of 2, like we can write 14 as 2 into 7. We can write 14 as 2 into 7. So the factor of 14 has 2 and 7. So 7 is not 2 or not 3 or 5. So it is not an ugly number. So definition of ugly number is a positive integer which does not have any prime factor other than 2, 3 and 5. Okay, so let's take another example. Let's suppose we have 16. We can write 16 as a 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So it has only one prime factor which is 2. Okay, so it is an ugly number. Okay, let's take an last example. Let's suppose number is 15. So we can write 15 as 2 into, sorry, 2 is not a factor of 15. We can write 3 into 5. So 3 is, we can have 3 as an factor. We can also have 5 as an factor, it is given. So 15 is an ugly number. Okay, you understood the problem? Somebody is asking how you will get certificate. So after completion of all the 3 days you will get certificate. Okay, आप लोग को आपकी अटेंडेंस मार्क करनी है, उसके बाद आपको सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाएगा आफ्टर 3 days. ओके, please let me know that you guys got this problem, understood the problem, what is problem. Please let me know in the chat. Yes. Okay. Okay, now we will discuss how to solve this problem. Let's suppose 20 is given, 28 is given as number, and we have to find if it is a ugly number or not. So we have to return true or false. What is the return type of this function? We will study what is function, how to deal with function. We will study in the later session. Now we will focus only on the logic. Okay, we have to return it is a ugly number, so we will return true, else false. So how we can check? First of all, we can, what we can do? Let's suppose 28 is given. We will divide 28 by 2. Let's suppose if we divide 28 by 2, we will get 40. Okay. Again, if we divide it by 2, then we will get 7. Now, we will try to divide it by 2. 7 is not divisible by 2, so we won't able to divide it by 2. Okay, so we will try to divide 7. We will try to divide it by 3. So it is also not divisible by 3. So now we will try to divide 7 by 5. Okay, now we will try to divide it by 5. Again, it is not divisible by 5, so we can't divide it by 2 or 3 or 5. So at the end, we are remain with 7, so it is not an ugly number. Okay, are you getting any approach to solve this problem? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you guys are getting any approach to solve this problem. Like first of all, we are observing the examples to building approach. First of all, what are the steps for solving any problem? We need to understand problem first, then observe some example to build our logic. Okay, so we will take another example which is an ugly number. Let's suppose we take uh, we take 30. So we will try to divide 30 by 2. We will get 15. Then 15 is not divisible by 2, so we won't divide it by 2. We will divide it by 3. We will divide it by 3, then we will left with 5. Now 15 is 5 is not divisible by 3, so we will divide it by 5, and at the end we will left with 1, and it means the number is completely divided. It means the number is completely divided with the help of 2 and 3 and 5. It means it does not contain any other factor other than 2, 3 or 5. Okay, at the end, if at the end we left with 1, then we can return true. Else, if we left other than value 1, we can return false. Okay, got the approach? Yes. Number mod 2, 3, 3. Okay, yes. Karthik is correct. Yes. So this is how we can build our logic. Now we can convert this logic into our approach. Okay, how we can convert this logic into approach? So we think that if any number is given, let's suppose if n is given to us, what we will do, while it is divisible by 2, while it is divisible by 2, we will divide the number by 2. So how we will check it is divisible by 2? We can take n mod 2, n mod 2 equals to 0. If this condition is true, it means it is divisible by 2. What it says, like mod operator take remainder. Like if I say 10 mod 3, so what it will do, if I divide 10 with 3, we will left with remainder. Let's suppose 3 3s are 9. We will left with 1. It is remainder in this case, so it will return 1. Okay, if the number is divisible by 2, it will return remainder equals to 0. Okay, this is how I can check it is divisible by 2 or not. Okay, so now what I can write, so we can write while while n mod 2 equals to 0, I will divide the number by 2. N is equals to n by 2. Okay, after this, if the number is not divisible by 2, we will try to divide the number by 3. Similarly, we will write n mod 3. If it is equals to 0, we will return, we will do n equals to n by 3. Okay, if it is not divisible by 3, we will try to divide the number by 5. And if n is divisible by 5, if it is divisible by 5, we will divide the number by 5. Okay, now at the end, what we need to check? We need to check if the number is completely divided or not. If it is divided, so n will become at the end it will become equals to 0. So we will check if n equals to 1, we will return true. Okay, else, or we can directly write return false. Okay, so there is one case left for which it will not run. Anybody can tell this case? Somebody is saying explain is once. Okay, okay, let me tell you again that if, let's suppose, we have taken an example, let's suppose 25 is there. So we will try to divide first it by 2. It is not divisible by 2, so we will try to divide it by 3. Again it is not divisible by 3, then we will divide it by 5. So if we divide the number with 5, it will left with 5. Again we will divide it by number 5, we will left with 1. So the number is completely divided by 5, so we left with 1 at the end, so it is an ugly number. Okay, got it? So explain the logic again. Okay, so what we are doing in this problem, we are checking it is completely divided by a number or not. First of all, in this case, we are checking while it is divisible by 2, we are dividing by 2. Okay, if it is divisible by 3, we are dividing number by 3. And if it is divisible by 5, we are dividing the number by 5. So at the end, if we are not left with 1, it means there is a factor other than 2 and 3 and 5 that should be there. Like it contains a factor other than 2, 3 and 5 which needs to be divided. So at the end, we will return false. Okay, okay, so if we run this code, we will get a error. Why we will get a error? Anybody can tell in the chat? See, it is accepted, but we will, if we submit the code, we will get a error. See, we got time limit exceeded at n equals to 0, because see what is happening at n equals to 0. Let's suppose if n is equals to 0, if n is equals to 0, it is divisible by 2 every time. And the let's suppose it is, let's suppose n is n mod 2, means 0 mod 2 is equals to 0. So if I divide 0 by 2, it is always will be 0. So we will go into infinite loop. So we need to write a base case for n equals to 0. Okay, we will write a base case for 0. If n is equals to 0, we'll simply return false. Okay, if we try to submit this code, then okay. Okay. Now it is submitted. Got it? Got it? Let me know in the chat if you got the solution. It is submitted. Let me know in the chat if you got the solution. It returns false for n equals to 0. It is submitted. Okay. Now let's go to our day 2. Okay. Now we will talk about functions. Okay. Now we'll talk about functions. What is need of function? Anybody can tell in the chat? Anybody can tell why we need functions? Why we require a function? Yes, code usability increases. Yes. So yesterday, let's suppose there is a code in which yesterday we have done a problem in which we were finding the number of digits in any number. Let's suppose x in x. Let's suppose web int x equals to some value, and we were finding the number of digits in this x. So we were writing some lines of code here. Let's suppose we need to find this number of digits many times. Let's suppose here we are also finding, and here we are also finding. So we need to write this part of code again and again. Okay, so it will reduce the readability of code. One thing is this, like we will it will reduce the readability of code. Second thing is we are repeating ourselves. The code we have already written, we are writing that code again and again. So with the help of function, what we can do, we will write once and use that function multiple times. Okay, let's take an example to understand functions. Okay, so yesterday yesterday we have done like we have written some code for finding number of digits, to get number of digits and in any number. So how we can write a function for this? Okay, let's write a function for this. So what this function will return? First of all, we need to say, like, write what this function need to return. In our case, we are finding for number of digits in this number. So it will return, the function will return an integer value, like the number of digits are 3 or 4 or 5. So we need to define the return type of function. So we will write here int, then the name of function. Let's suppose our function name as number of digits, number of digits. Okay, what it will take, it will take a number as an parameter. Okay, it will take number as an parameter, and we need to, now we need to write the code for which we are counting the number of digits. Okay, so how we were counting the number of digits in this number? We had an count variable which is equals to 0. Then we were writing a loop while n is greater than 0, we will divide n by 10, and divide by 10, and and uh, and increasing the count. And at the end, after this, we will directly return this count from this function. Okay. So if we call this function in our main function, what we will get? We will get, let's suppose we have an integer x is equals to 7456, and we need to get the number of digits in this x variable. What we can do? See out, see out number of digits. We will directly call the function for getting number of digits. Okay, number of digits in x. Okay, what it will print? Let's try to run the code. Okay, let's try to run the code. Okay, we got 4 here. So let's suppose we again call this function for int by is equals to 476121245. Now okay, let's see out. Again we can call this function number of digits in t. Okay, what it will print? It should print number of digits in t. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, okay, we got 8 here. Okay, got it? Any doubt till here? Let me know in the chat if you have any doubt till here. Let me know in the chat. Okay, no. Clear? All clear? All clear? Okay, okay. Okay. Now let's move forward. We need to do, we have understand functions. We have done this. Now we will move forward to string manipulation. We'll do simple problem around strings. First of all, we will try to reverse a string and counting vowels in a string. Okay. Let's try to do this problem. Let's suppose we have a string. Let's suppose we have a string s is equals to a b c k l. How we can reverse this string? How we can reverse this string? Sir, by did be divided n by 10 in while condition. So yesterday we have discussed this problem while we were discussing the counting the number of digits problem. We have let's suppose, let me tell you quickly. Let's suppose we have 343 as a number. If we divide by this number by 10, we will left with 34. If we again divide this number by 10, we will left with 3. And again if we divide this number with 10, we will left with 0. Okay, so while n is greater than 0, how many times we have divided the number? One time, two time, here three time. And we can check the number of digits are also equals to 3. So the number of times we can divide the number by 10 is equals to total number of digits. That's why we were dividing the number by 10. Okay, okay. So let me know in the chat how we can reverse this string. This is very basic problem. How we can reverse this string? How we can reverse this string? See, for reversing this string, the basic approach we can go with, like we can create an another string, and we can traverse from here, from the last of the string, and start adding this character in this string. So first character we can add L, then we will go here, then we will add K, then we can add C, then we add B, then at the end we add A, and we can return this string. Okay, this is the basic approach we can go with. Or like what we can also do without making a new string, how we can go, we can reverse this string. How we can reverse this string? Let's try to reverse this string without making a new string. Let's suppose we have this string A, B, C, K, L, and I'm writing indexes here, uh, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what is the reversed version of this string? It will be like L, K, C, B. Uh, Let me write somewhere else. The reversed version of this string will be uh, L, K, C, L, K, C, B, and D. If you can observe, the first character went to last and the last character comes to front. If we swap these two character, if we can swap these two character, let's suppose if we swap these two character, we will get with, uh, it will be like this. Okay, and if we swap the second character with second last character, what we will get? K here and B here, and it is the last, it is the middlemost character, so we need not to swap it with any character, so we will get this string. So what we are doing, what we can do is we can create two pointers. The first character, first pointer at the first index, and last character at the last index we can have another pointer J, and we can swap these characters, है ना? We can swap these character. After swapping, we will simply swap, character at Si and Sj, and after swapping, what we can do, I plus plus and j minus minus. Okay, we can do I plus plus and j minus minus, so that I can come here and j can come here, so that we can swap these two characters. Okay, okay, this is how we can solve this problem. Now what, like, from where, so we can write while I will go until it is less than j. Okay, like I will go here, j will come here at the middlemost character. If I is greater than j, it means it passes the middle character, so we need not to swap these characters now. Okay, so we can write this code as while while I is less than j, we'll simply swap we'll simply swap character at I, character at I, and character at j. Okay, this is very simple code, and at the end we will return our string. Okay, we can return our string. Let's try to solve this question uh, on any platform we can find. Let me see if we can find at any platform. Reverse a string practice. Okay, let's try to solve this problem. So first of all, what we were doing, we were initializing two pointers, int I is equals to 0, and another pointer int j is equals to s dot size, s dot size -1. Okay, at the last index. Okay, we can run a loop while I is less than j. We'll simply swap. There is a method already present, swap, which we can use to swap elements like s of I and s of j. And after swapping, what we can simply do, I plus plus and j minus minus. Okay, and in this function, if we can see, string is a return type, so we need to return the final string. So what will be our final string? We have reversed this as a string. If we submit this problem, just wait a second. Mm, let's try to submit. We are getting segmentation fault. Let me check why we are getting this reverse string. We have s as in string. If we have kicks, okay, I is less than until I is less than, okay, at the end we return s is in linear. Anybody knows why we are getting error here? Anybody can tell why we are getting error here? See, what we are doing here, we are trying, uh, okay, yes, we haven't return here. Okay, if we run this code, if we run this code, we got correct out. Okay, okay, we have submitted the code. Okay, everything is clear till here? Everything is clear? Let me know in the chat if it's clear. Sir, why did B divide n by 10 in while conditions are explained the question of count? But I have explained this question yesterday. You can check the yesterday's video. Okay. So now we'll move forward and we will try to solve this problem. Counting vowels in a string. Okay. Now let's suppose we have given a string s is equals to a, b, s, t, k. So now we need to find the num, number of vowels in this string. Okay, so what are vowels? A, E, I, O, U. So we need to just count if these characters are present in this string or not. Okay, so we can check. Here is one A. Okay, and here we can find I. So total number of vowels in this string are 2. So we need to write a function for checking the total number of vowels present in the string. Okay, let's try to write this code. Okay, let's try. So we need to write a function. We need to write a function that tells how many vowels are present. Okay, so what will be the return type of this function? The return type will be integer type. And let's name the function as number of vowels. Okay, numbers of vowels, and we will provide it a string s. Okay, and it will return the total number of vowels present in the string. Okay, how we can check the number of vowels? How we can check? So we can iterate over this string. We can iterate over this string, and if it is a vowel, if we find a vowel, so what is a vowel? If it is out of A, E, I, O, U, then we increment our count. We will make a count variable, and if character is equals to A, or if it is equals to E, or if it is equals to I, or if it is equals to O, or we'll write these or conditions, or last condition will be equals to U. We'll simply increment our count variable. We'll simply increment our count variable, and at the end we can return this count variable. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, if we write a loop, first of all we will make a variable int count equals to 0. Okay, and iterate over the string for int I is equals to 0, int I is equals to 0 to I less than s dot size. Then we will go I plus plus. Okay, and if it is out of these a e I o u, we'll write count plus plus. Okay, if we got uh, s of I is equals to a. Okay, or if it is equals to s of I is equals to e, or s of I is equals to I, or s of I have done some mistake here. Okay, and s of I is equals to o, and the last vowel is s of I is equals to u. If any of these conditions are true, what we will true, we will simply increment our count plus plus, and simply at the end we will return this count variable. Okay, we'll simply return this count variable. Okay, let's try to run this code. Okay, I'm commenting this. Okay, I'm creating a string s is equals to, let's take hello world. Okay, we are trying to get the total number of vowels present in this string. Okay, see out what we will call a function number of vowels that we have created, vowels in s. Okay, if we run this code, let's see. We got 0 as output. We are getting 0 as output. We should not get 0 as output. What we have done wrong here? We have count is equals to here. Okay, I less than. Okay, for I return count, we are returning here. We need to return this from here. Let me- we need to return out of loop. It is returning in the first iteration only. That's why it is giving wrong output. Okay, let's try to run this code again. Now we got 3. Okay, let's calculate number of vowels. We have e, o, o. So we have 3 vowels present in this string. So we get output as 3. Okay, got it? Yes, yes. For capital letters, we just need to include these conditions. If s of I is equals to capital A, or s of I is equals to capital E. This is how we can do that also. Okay, got it? Let me know in the chat if you got this. Let me know. Yes, yes, yes. Any doubt till here? Please let me know if you have any doubt till here. Any doubt? No. Okay, okay, okay. Payal is saying yes. So you have any doubt? Understood, understood. Okay, okay. Let's move forward. Okay. So we have done this, we have also done this. Now move forward to vectors. Okay. Vector is almost similar to array, but why we need another data structures like array. So let's suppose I have an array of 100 size, and in which I have stored 100 student name. Let's suppose here A, here B, here C, here D, here E. Now a person F came and we have fixed size of this array. Okay, we have initialized the array of size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a person, sixth person came. Now what we will do? We need to create again array of size 6 and add all these elements in that array. So in this case, we require a data structure that can change its size dynamically. Okay, that can change its size dynamically. If I add in a data structure, if suppose it was a vector, what we can do, if we add f a sixth element, it will change its size to 6. If I add again an element o, what it will do, it will increase its size and add 0. Okay, so what is an vector? Vector is an data structure that is dynamic array. We can say dynamic array that can grow and shrink in size. Okay, how we can declare an vector? We can simply write vector. We can simply write vector and tell the data type. If we want to store a string, if we want to integer, we'll just write data type here and the name of our vector. So let's suppose a is the name, and we can do in this three ways. Let's suppose we can directly provide it value. We can directly provide it value like array 2, 3, 4. This is how we can create an vector. Another way is simply creating an vector. If suppose I have written vector of int and b, so it will create a empty vector of size 0. Okay, if I add any element in b, it will increase its size to 1. Okay, this is how we can do this. Okay, now let's discuss some methods that we can do in vector. We'll solve problems around this, don't worry. So we'll discuss some methods. Let's suppose we have created an vector. Let's suppose we have created an vector. Now, what will pushback will do? Add an element at the end. Okay. Let's suppose we have four size of vector already. Let's suppose it contain A, B, C, D, and I do pushback C. If I write back, pushback let's suppose I do pushback j, what it will do? It will add j at the end. Okay, and what will popback will do? It will remove the last element. If I do popback, it will remove this j element from this vector. Okay, size is very simple. It will just return the size of this vector. Okay, at index, what it will do? It will simply uh, let's suppose in arrays, what we can do to update an element, we can do like array of I is equals to 4. This is how I can change the ith index element in an array. Similarly, we can also do this in vectors. Let's suppose this is vector v. We can update ith element in this vectors. This is another way of writing this. Okay, we can add index access, we can access this element or update this element. Okay, what we can do with the front, we can get this element. Okay, with the front we can get this element, and back access the last element. See, What is the difference between pop back and back? It is just accessing the last element, and it is popping the last element, but it means removing the last element. Okay, okay, got it. Okay, let's solve some problems so it will be more clear. Okay, let's solve this problem. Missing number. Okay, so in this problem, first of all, just read the problem and let me know in the chat if you understood the problem or not. Take 10 to 15 seconds to read the problem. We have given an array, we have given an vector nums in which the integer elements are present. Okay, given an array nums containing n distinct number in range 0 to n, return the only number in the range that is missing from the array. Okay, so we have given an array that contains element in between the range 0 to n. And what is n? N is the size of this array. Let's suppose if we talk about, let's suppose n is equals to 4. It means there is a vector of size 4. There is a vector of size 4. It contains all the elements in range 0 to 4. Now, how many elements are there in between this range? We have 0, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4. Okay, we have 5 elements including 0 in this range. Okay, so but this array only contain, it can only contain n elements, means 4 elements. Let's suppose it contain 0, 1, 4, 3. Now in this case, which element is missing? The element 2 is missing, so we just need to return 2 because it is missing in this array. Okay, got it, got it, got it. You got the problem? Please let me know in the chat if you understood the problem. Okay, okay. So what we can do, let's suppose, uh, if suppose n is equals to 5 is given, and let's suppose arrays like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Okay, and 5, 0, 2, 1, 4. Okay, in this case, we need to return 3. How we can solve this problem? How we can solve this problem? We have given this vector and n is equals to 5. Let's, uh, you have heard of an formula for getting the sum of all natural number. If suppose if I add all these numbers from 1 to 5 in the range 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and add all these elements from this array, from this vector, we will get 5 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 plus 4. And if I subtract sum of elements from this array from the sum of natural number till n, we will get the missing number. Okay, let's check. Let's check. What it will be? 5 plus 4, 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 2 is 14, 15. Here we are getting 15, and sum of these elements is 5 plus 2, 7, 8, and 12. And if I uh, subtract 15 minus 12, we're left with 3. Okay, in this case, 3 is only the answer. Okay, so what we have done? So how we can solve this problem is getting the sum of natural number till n and subtracting the sum of these elements. Okay, let's see this example. In this example, what is the value of n? n is the number of elements, so n will be 3. Okay, sum of elements will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 1 equals to 6. And if we add all these elements, what we will get? 3 plus 1 is equals to 4. And if I subtract 6 minus 4, we will get 2. And let's check the output is also 2. So what we can do to find the sum of natural number? We have formula n into n plus 1 divide by 2. Okay, okay, got it. So what we can do, we will just write this formula and subtract the sum of all these elements. How we can get the sum of all these elements? How we can get? We will simply iterate over this array and find the element and adding into an some variable. Okay, let's try to code this problem. Let's try to code this problem. Okay, so first of all, we will create an variable int sum is equals to 0. Okay, we'll simply iterate over this vector for int I is equals to 0 to I less than nums dot length. Okay, nums dot size. Okay, then we will increment I and add the element at ith index. Sum plus equals to sum plus equals to nums of I. Okay, and at the end what we need to do, we need to find the sum of the first n natural number. Okay, so what we will do, return n. We have not initialized the n variable. Let's initialize. Let's declare n is equals to nums dot size. Okay, nums dot size. Okay, now what we will do, n into n plus 1, let's use brackets. Okay, divide by 2 and minus sum. Okay, everything is correct. Let's check once. We have initialized sum is equals to 0, then we have initialized n is equals to nums dot size, and we are running a loop for I is equals to 0 to size. Okay, sum plus equals to nums of I, and at the end we are returning n into n plus 1 divided by 2 minus sum. Okay, let's try to run this code. Okay, let's try to submit code. Okay, we are getting correct output. Got it? Understood? Let me know in the chat if you got this. If you got this, please let me in the chat. Got it? Okay, okay. Everything is clear. Please let me know if you have any doubt. Any doubt? So once again logic. Okay, I am explaining the last time. Okay. So what we are doing in this problem, we have given an array. Okay, the size of array is n, and we have to find which element is missing in this range. The range of this will be 0 to n, and total number of integer present in this range will be n plus 1, because uh, 0 is also included. So total element will be n plus 1, but n size array can only contain n elements, so we need to return the element which is missing in this. Okay, in this example n is equals to 3, so the in the range of 0 to 3 we have 0, 1, 2, 3. If we see, we can see the the element which is missing is 2. How we are finding the 2? We are just adding this range and subtracting this from this, so we can easily get the number which is missing in this. Okay, this is the approach. And how we are doing this? We are running a loop over this array and adding all the element into some variable. And at the end, what is the formula for finding the sum of n natural number? It is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, and at the end we are just subtracting sum. So this is how we are solving this problem. Got it? But how to develop this logic by own? See, for developing any logic, you need to, first of all, you need to understand the problem, that then observe the examples. Just observe the example, what is happening actually in the examples. After understanding the example, try to build an approach, like how it is possible. Here we have range equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so which element is missing? 2 is missing. If we add all these element, if we add all the element, but we are not adding 2 here. So if we subtract this from here, so we will get 2. This is how I am thinking now. mm, I need to just convert this approach into logic, into code. Okay, uh, it will only come by practicing. Okay, the number of times you will practice, your approach and logic building will be nice. Okay. Okay, got it? Please let me know in the chat. Sir, tell me lead code problem number is 263. Problem number 263. Sorry, 268. Yes, it's 268 problem. Everything is clear? Please let me know in the chat so we can go further. Everything is clear? Yes, sir, got it. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, let's go further. Okay. Now, now we will discuss linear search. Okay. This is an algorithm. Let's suppose we have an array. Let's suppose we are dealing with an problem. Let's suppose okay, here the name of students are present. This is an array, and here I am storing the name of student who are present today. Okay. Here we are storing the name of student who are present today. And if I need to find if Arpit is present or not, what I need to check? I need to just check in this array if Arpit is present or not. If it is present, I will just return true, else I will return false. So how we can do? We can just search linearly. How we can do? We can just write a loop for I is equals to 0 to the length of this a. Okay, length of this array, and we can simply find if Arpit is there if any of if any of the indices contain value, if at any of indices contain value equal to Arpit, I can return true. Or there can also be a case where I need to return index of Arpit, where like after how much time Arpit came, like first here 0, here 1, here 2. So I can also return index. So there can be two problems in linear search. One is if the element is present or not, present, present or not. Okay. Second case can be just return return the index. Okay. These are two possibilities. Let's suppose there is an array. Let's suppose there is an array 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. 30. And I need to check if this array contains 7 or not. If it contain a k variable that is 7, it is present in this array or not. How can I check? I will go here and check it if it is 7 or not. It is not 7. I will go here and check if it is 7 or not. It is not 7. I can go here and check it is 7. Yes. So I will return true. This is very basic. Okay, this is very basic problem. We can directly return true from here. Okay, got it? Got it? This is how we can linearly search in an array. If suppose index of 7 is asked, if suppose index of 7 is asked, we can directly return here. We can return what we will return I from here. I is, what is I? 0, 1, 2. Here I will be 2. So we can return 2 from here. Let's suppose we find we checked all the indices but we don't get 7. We'll simply return in that case -1. Okay. Got it? Got it? Got it? Yes, sir. Okay. Now let's discuss one problem around this. Okay. Let's suppose we have a sorted array. What is a sorted array? Sorted array is like we have all the element present in array in ascending order. Okay. Let's suppose 2 is present, 3 is present, 4 and 9. Then we have 30. Okay. And we are given a target element. Let's do this in whiteboard. Let me open whiteboard. Okay. Okay. Let's suppose we have an array 2, 3, 7, and 9, 11, and 12. Okay. Let me write indexes of these elements 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have given a target element which is equals to which is equals to let's suppose 30. Okay, we have given a target element 13. We have to find indices, two indices at which the sum is equals to this target element. What I mean by saying this, we have 2 here present here and 11 here. If I sum 11 and 2, we will get 13. We just need to return the indices of these elements in an array storing after we will return 0 and 4. Okay, we need to return this. Okay, how we can solve this? Anybody? How we can solve this? We need to find a pair. First of all, we need to find a pair out of these elements whose sum is equals to target, and after finding the pair, we need to return indices of these elements. Here the indices is 0 and 4, so we'll return 0 and 4. Okay. Okay. So how we can solve this? Using linear search. And it is given the array is sorted. Array is sorted. So first thing we can do, what we can do? First thing, we can we can pick an element. Let's suppose I pick 2. I will check with all elements. I will check with all elements if there is an element present whose sum is 13 with 2. Let's suppose I pick 2 and j here. I will try to add at 2 and 3. I will add 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. So sum is not equal to 5. So I will increase j. I will go here. I will try to add 2 with 7. I will try to add 2 with 9. I will try to add 2 plus 11. Okay. So in this case, means I am trying to add all elements with other all elements. Okay, so I am picking an element. So I will write a loop for I is equals to how many ways I can pick a element. Like I can pick I can be from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, For and picking another element, I will again write j is equals to. Now I need to pick a element after I. Okay, so what will I write? I will write j is equals to I. J will equals to I plus 1 to n minus 1. Okay, so inside this, if I find a pair, if at any point, if at any point if I plus a of j is equals to target, if it is equals to target, what I can do, I will first of all create an array. I will create an array of size 2. Okay, in this array, at first position I will put I, and at the second position I will put j, and at the end I will simply return this array. After putting array of 0 is equals to I, and array of 1 is equals to j. Okay, got it? Yes, nested loops. Okay. So in this case, we are using two nested loops. Okay, we have a nested loop. So a time complexity. We have not discussed about time complexity yet, but if we understand simply, the number of iteration we are performing will be n square. If we see I is going 0 to, I is going 0 to n minus 1, I is going 0 to n minus 1, j is also going I to n minus 1. Okay, so it is going n times, it is also going something around n. So total iteration will be n square, not exactly equal to n square, but around n square. Okay, so we are doing a lot of iteration for solving this. So this is a brute force approach we can think of. Okay, so how can we optimize this code? How we can solve this code using another approach? Anybody? Okay, someone is saying, sir, explain the question once again. Okay, in this question, what we have given, let me tell you in the short. Just wait a second. Okay, so in this problem, we need to find a pair whose sum is equals to 13. In this case, if we can see 2 plus 11 is equals to 13, so we need to return indexes of these pair. Like we have indices 0 and 4, we need to return this array. Okay, this is the problem. Okay, okay, okay. Now we can think another approach. Let's suppose I have a pointer I here, and let's take another pointer at j here. Okay, let's take two pointers. Okay, now if I add the value at ith index and jth index, what can be value? Let's suppose I add a of I plus a of j. There are only three possibilities. The first case is it can be equal to target. Second case is, what is the second case? It can be, it can be greater than target. Okay, and the last and third case is it can be, it can be less than target. Only these cases are there. Okay, only these cases are there. Okay, so we have a of I plus a of j is equals to target. Suppose this case is true. Let's suppose this case is true. So in this case, we are getting our answer as I and j. So we'll directly return, we'll directly return here I and j. Okay, we'll directly return ij from here. And suppose if this is the case, If this is the case, array of I plus array of j is greater than target. Now what we will do? Just observe one thing, that at the last index it is the greatest value present, and the zeroth index means ith index it is the smallest value is present. If it is greater than target, we need to minimize this. How we can minimize this? Which pointer we can increment or decrement to minimize this? Here is the lowest value, here it is greatest value, and I need to decrease the sum of these value. So I need to do j minus minus, means I need to say to j, bhai idhar aaja, so that our sum will become less than before. Okay. Okay, what we will do in this case, I will simply say j minus minus. Okay, in this case, if array of I plus array of j is less than target, if it is less than target, means I need to increase this so that it can be equal to target. If I need to increase this, what can I do? I will say to I, come here, means I will say I plus plus. So in between there will be a case where a of I plus a of j will be equals to target, and it is our answer case, and simply we will return our answer. Okay, got it? All right, got it. Everything is clear? Approach is clear? You got the approach? Got the approach? Let me know in the chat if you got the approach so that we can move forward. Yes. Any doubt? Is there any doubt in this approach? Yes, it's clear. Okay, okay, okay. Let's try to code this. Okay, let's try to. It is a very famous problem. Uh, if we see two sum two, if we see this problem, it is the same problem we have discussed. Okay, let me just clear this. Okay, if you can see this problem is asked in these companies. Okay, let's try to solve this problem. So in this problem, there is a change. We have discussed the problem. There's a little change. What is the change? Let's see. Let's see. In this, we have given an sorted array, and we have to return indexes as one index based. Like we just need to return. If we got indexes as 0, 1, we need to just add 1 in those indexes and return. Okay, just one line change. Okay, nothing much. All the code is same, the approach is same. Okay, let's try to solve this problem. We have given an vector numbers, okay, which is sorted, and a target variable. We need to return a vector that contain indexes I and j, that has the pair whose sum is equals to this target. Okay, let's try to code. First of all, uh, we need to declare an vector. So we will declare a vector, and data type will be int. Okay, and let's name is as answer vector. Okay, and what will be the size of this? The size will be 2. Okay, now what we will do, we will simply create two pointers. Int I is equals to 0 and int j is equals to vectors, yani this numbers dot size minus 1, last index of this numbers vector. Okay, now we need to check by adding the element at these indices while. So we'll write a while loop while I is less than j, until we will do one thing. First of all, we check if the elements are the sum of elements is equal. If numbers numbers of I plus numbers of j, if it is equal, if it is equal to target, what we will do, we will simply do one thing. In our vector answer, we will write answer of answer of 0 will be I plus 1, answer of 1 equals to j plus 1. Why we are adding 1 here? Because it is given, we have to solve this problem using 1 based indexing. Earlier we were using 0 based indexing, but in this problem it is given 1 based indexing, so we just need to add 1 after getting the answer. Okay, and there can be a case else if numbers numbers of I plus numbers of j is greater than target, greater than target. So in this case we just need to decrease our numbers I plus numbers j, so we decrement j minus minus. Okay, else, what will be the else condition? The numbers of I plus number of j is less than target, so in this case we will just increment our I, and if in this case we got our answer, we just break, we'll just break here, right, break here. Okay, in the end, after this loop, we will return our answer vector. Okay, okay, got it, got it. Okay, let's try to run this code. Before running, let's once check. We have created answer of two size, I is equals to 0 and numbers dot size is equals to okay. While I is less than j, we will try to first of all uh, add element and try to equate with target. If it is equals to target, we will uh, at the 0th index we will update as I plus 1, and at the first index we will update with j plus 1, and in else if condition we'll write j minus minus and I plus plus. Okay, let's try to run this code. Okay, it is accepted. Now we will try to submit this code. Okay, this code is also submitted. All clear, all clear, tell me everything is clear. Somebody is saying can you please explain the code again? Okay, quickly I am explaining once again. So what we have done in this problem, we need to find the indexes at which the sum of elements is equals to the target element. Okay, just wait a second. Let me find my pen. Okay, in this problem, we have given 13 as a target element. We need to find the two element whose sum is equals to 13. Here we have 2 and 11. So in this, what we can do? We are created. Let me clean this first. Okay, what we have done, we have initializes I at 0 and j here. So elements sum at I and j, there are only three conditions. Array of I plus array of j equals to target. The first condition is this. Second case is array of I plus array of j can be greater than target. In this case we need to decrement this value. For decrementing this value, we need to decrement j, because we know that before this j index all the elements are smaller than this j element. Okay, for increment this value, if this is the case, array of I plus array of j is less than target, we need to increment this value. We know this कि I के आगे सारे एलिमेंट इससे बड़े हैं, so we'll just increment I. Okay, okay, clear, clear. Sir, will this work with unsorted array? No, this approach will not work with unsorted array. Uh, it won't work. We need to use hash map kind of data structure, hash map or unordered map. so that we can store the keys and value. Okay, it can be used solved using Hashman. Everything is clear? Any doubt till here? Any doubt? Okay. So what we have done, we have done till here. We have done linear search also. This was a case in which we are using two pointers for linear search. Okay, done. Aniket Vinod is saying no. Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt? No, sir. No doubt. Okay, okay, okay. Let's move forward. The last topic for today is bubble sort. Okay, let's talk about sorting. So we will cover this bubble sorting algorithm today. I'll try to cover. Okay. So what is sorting? Let's suppose we have given this array. Let's suppose we have given 5, 7, 2, 1, and 11. Okay, I will write the indexes of these 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what will be the sorted form of this array? Sorting means arranging all the element in ascending or descending order. If I sort this array in ascending order, I will get an array which will equals to like uh, just wait a second. We will get an array of size 4. Okay, the first element we will get the smallest element. In this, the smallest element is 1, then we have 2, then we have 5, then we have 7, then at the end we will get 11. Okay, this is sorted form of this. Okay, so we need to just sort this array and we need to return this as an output. How we can do this? How we can do this? How we can sort an array? Let's suppose array is 3, 4, 5, 11, 9, 8, 6, 2, 1, and let's take 0. Okay, I'm writing indices here: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so what we need to do? We need to take the smallest element in the starting. We need to take the smallest element in the starting and the largest element in the end. So what bubble sort says, we are discussing the bubble sorting algorithm here. Okay, in this algorithm, what we do, we like we have, let's suppose we have two indices I and I plus 1. What we can check, if the element at I, if the element I is greater than a of I plus 1, means this at index 0 the element is greater than element at I plus 1. If this is the condition, what we will simply do, swap these two elements, so the greater element come at the I plus 1 index and the smaller element come at the I index. Okay, this is the basic approach. Now what we will do, let's understand. In the round one, let's suppose there are the first case, what we'll do, we'll try to do it with every consecutive pair. So here 3 is less than 4, so we need not to do anything. We'll increment I. Okay, so I will come here, I will come here, and here the I plus 1. Okay, we'll check, there is a at I, it is small element 10 I plus 1, so we need not to do anything. Okay, we need not to do anything. We'll simply increment I, and I will come here, and here I plus 1. Again, we need not to do anything because 5 is smaller than 11. Now, let's see. Now, if I comes here, if I comes here, at if we check at I plus 1 index, it is 9, and at I index it is 11. 9 should be before 11, so we'll simply swap these two elements. If we swap these elements, 9 will come here and 11 will come here. Okay, now what we will do, we'll simply move forward, and I will come here. Okay, I will come here, and here I plus 1. And if we check at ith index, there is 11 present, and at I plus 1, 8 is present. So again, after I index, a smaller element found, will simply swap these two elements. Now we will swap these two elements. Okay, now what will be the output? Let me write in this. And the at starting it is 3, then here 4, and here 5. Now I earlier swapped these two elements, so here 9 is present, and 11 was present here, and 8 is present here, 6 is present here, 2 is present here, 1 is present here, and 0 is present here. I just swapped these two elements for now. Okay, I just swapped these two elements for now. Let me clear this. Okay, now if I check, if I like I have swapped these two elements, if I go here, I is here, means I is here, and I plus 1 is here. Okay, now 11 is again smaller than 8. So what I will do? Swapping these two elements. So if I swap these two elements, we will get we will get 8 here and 11 here. Okay, 8 here and 11 here. Now I will increment. So I will be here, and I plus 1 here. Again, 11 is greater than 6. I will swap these two elements. Okay, I will swap these two elements. If I swap these two elements, we will get 6 here and 11 here. Okay, again 11 is greater than 2. We'll swap 2 and 11. Okay, we'll swap 2 and 11. Again 11 is greater than 1. So we will swap 1 with 11. 1 with 11. And now at the end 0 is smaller than 11. Again we will swap 11 and 0, and 11 will go at the end. If you can observe one thing in this all swapping, we have come with a array which has the largest element at the end. If you can see, the largest element is 11, and 11 is come at the last index. Okay, so in the first iteration over this array, I'm sure that the last index will be a maximum element present at the last index. Okay, so similarly, we again iterate over this array till this index. Means now we will iterate till, let's suppose the size of this array is n. Okay, let's suppose the size is array. At round 1, I will iterate I is equals to 0 to n minus 1. Now I know n minus 1 element is already sorted. So now I will go r is equal to 2, I is equals to 0 to n minus n minus 1 is the last index, minus 1 means n minus 2. Okay, if I done iteration in this case, I will get a resultant output as the second most maximum element will be at the second last index. Okay, this is how I will take all the largest element at the last of the array, and in the end I will get an array which is sorted. Okay, got it? Approach is clear? Any doubt in this approach? Is there any doubt in this approach, what we are doing? Let me know in the chat. Any doubt? Yes, sir. Clear. Clear, clear, clear. Clear, clear. Okay. Let's jump into just code. Okay. So this is basic logic behind sorting this. So how can we code this? So we know that we need to sort all these places. We need to find a perfect element for all these places. So what will, how many rounds are required? We need to go from r is equals to 0 to n minus 1. Total there are 0 to n minus 1 indexes. So we'll place all the correct element at every indices. So we need to go from 0 to n minus 1. Okay. In the, in every round we are iterating array from, now for inside this we will go from I is equals to 0, I is equals to 0 to n minus 1 minus r. Why this r is there? Why this r is there? Because we know after every round we need not to go at till end. We need to go until the part of array which is not sorted. So if r is equals to 0, it means the last part is sort, means it means के अभी कोई भी part sort नहीं हुआ है. If r is equals to 1, it means the last index is already sorted, so we need not to go till the last index. If r is equals to 2, it means two places are sorted, so we need not to go till last two places. Okay, so this loop will go from I is equals to 0 to n minus 1 minus r. Okay, let's try to code this. Okay, uh, so for this we will go, let me clear the screen. Okay, so this is the problem we need to write code for. Okay, we have given a vector and we have to sort this vector and return this vector. Okay, there is one thing, that there is a void return type, means we need not to return anything from this function. Okay, if there is void, means you need not to return anything, you just need to sort this and not need to return. Okay, if there is return, okay, here vector is, if suppose here vector is return, so we need to return vector from this function. Okay, so we need not to return anything from this function, we need to just sort this vector. Let's try to sort. So first of all, we'll go from for int I. First of all, we need to decide the round. Okay, let's take round variable as 0. So we will go from 0 to round less than uh, array dot size. Okay, then we'll simply round plus plus. Inside this we need to write a for loop for int I is equals to 0 to I less than array dot size, minus 1 minus round. Okay, and I plus plus. Then we will, what we will check, we'll check at the ith index and I plus 1 index. Okay, if at the ith index array of I is greater than array of I plus 1, we'll simply swap is simply swap array of I and array of I plus 1. Okay, let's simply do this. Anything left? Anything left? Okay, we need not to return anything. Yes. So what we have done, we have written a nested loop where round is equals to 0, because we need to sort every portion of the array from 0 to array dot size, and inside this loop it is checking the I and I plus all the consecutive pair. If the ith index is greater than I plus 1 index value, we'll directly swap. We'll write swap array of I and array of I plus 1. Okay, now let's try to run this code. Okay, if everything fine, it will work properly. Okay, okay, let's try to submit this code. Okay, we have submitted this code, so I think all things for today is completed and we have done with the session. So let me know that if you have any doubts in this session. Everything is clear? Everything is clear? Sir, if there isn't time, please give a quick review of linear search. Okay, okay, okay. And anything from other than this? In bubble sort, everything is clear? Okay, okay, okay. Yes, sir, clear. Okay. One thing that everyone please mark your attendance and give feedback. And also, uh, basically the session is over, but someone have asked me about the linear search. Okay, so you guys can leave the session. Those who have doubt in linear search, for them I'm explaining again. So what we are doing in linear search, let's suppose we have array 7, 5, 10, 20 and 4. So what we are doing in linear search, we are going linearly from I is equals to 0 to I is equals to n minus 1, because last index is n minus 1. And we have given a target element. We have given a target element that can be any element, I suppose 10, and there can be two cases. First case can be question can ask the index of 10, or the second case can be if the element is present or not. Okay, so if let's suppose the first case, if it is asking about the index of 10, what we'll do, we'll go from I is equals to 0 to n minus 1 and check at every place is the element is equals to 10. If it is equals to 10, I will return true. Okay, if in case it is just asking for the element is present or not. If it is asking for the indices, where I will just return the index value, which is I. Here I is equals to 0, here 1, here 2, so I will return 2. Okay, this is linear search. It is very simple. Okay, okay, got it? Everything is clear? Please let me know everything is clear. Okay, so I'm closing the session. Thank you guys for watching this video. And tomorrow, just let me tell you tomorrow what we are going to discuss tomorrow. Just 1 minute. We are going to cover one of the most important topic of data structure, which is recursion. We are going to cover recursion tomorrow. So guys, please join tomorrow. Okay. So thank you everyone. Let me close the session.